Hello, beautiful people. It is I, Vanity the Evergreen here. Now, my pronouns are he, him, but if you got something juicy to tell me or you root me on, girl is an exception. And welcome back to the final episode of Tea with V. Let's get to it. All right, my beautiful Vomizers, you know what time it is and I know what time it is, all right? It is time for some hot chai topics, all right? So get your teas ready, get everything ready because we have much to discuss. Now, our first hot chai topic is regarding the artist, the R&B artist, H.E.R. Are you familiar with her? Now, she is a phenomenal artist, very, very talented. One of my favorite songs I have a few favorite songs from her because she knows her stuff. She's talented. She started out in her career really not showing her face as much. She kind of wanted to just be a low profile and kind of almost like a silhouette in a way. But I don't know what her real name is. All I know is that she goes by H.E.R. and she has won a Grammy. And my favorite two songs from her is Damage and Focus on Me. She's got this angelic, rich, talented, powerful voice, and I can only imagine what I would see her and if Prince was alive, what they would do, because I feel like they have like this really cool soulful angelicness to them, and she's plays the guitar, she's very talented and pretty as hell. Now, apparently she recently got snubbed from this year's Grammys, and this was her response that she said. She said, "We don't do it for the Grammys, we do it for fun because we love it. It's nice to get recognized, but at the end of the day, it's not about anything else." And I agree with her. No pun intended. I think for me as a pop performance artist, you know, sure, it's great and it would be amazing to win a Grammy, but the best statement that I have heard in a long time is from Jennifer Lopez, and this was in her documentary, and I think she was snubbed for, she's never won a Grammy actually, which is really crazy to think about, but when she snubbed from the awards and all of that, she said this amazing thing where at the end of the day, people don't come up to you and say, "You winning that award changed my life." You know, they usually say, "You playing that role in that movie changed my life," or "Your song changed my life." You know, they really don't come at you and thinking about the awards. You know, to a certain degree, everyone is different. I remember when Gaga was doing the VMAs in 2009 and that bitch hung, you know, on a rope and bled to death. That shit changed my life because that was the first time I kind of really understood what performance art was. Like, Gaga has been such a teacher to me in so many ways. But yeah, I really agree with her, and I think that it's really important to remember that it's the music that matters. Sure, the awards and accolades and everything, that's great, but as long as you're still able to be happy and connecting with your fans, your supporters through anything that you do, should really matter, you know. And if you're, you know, making a living off of it too, that also matters as well. But overall, H.E.R, you're talented, and you know, you already won a Grammy, and I appreciate the way that you think when it comes to your perception on awards. You know, at the end of the day, I think it's really dope that you think about how the music is more important, and we forget that because we're so wrapped up in, you know, the competition and who's winning what and all of that. So, you know, I would say if you're a true musician, probably in your sophomore era, I don't know, it depends, because what I learned is that you have to submit your music to the Grammys, essentially, and the people in the Academy vote on your music and all of that. So you're the one who actually is, or your team, or the what do you call it, the record label sends stuff out. And sometimes it's kind of like a weird cheating game in a way. Like they'll start bribing people, start paying free trips and whatnot just to win that award. You know, like, it's just very sketchy and shady. But overall, H.E.R, you're talented and you still keep making that music. So while H.E.R is still making music, I am begging for the director to make Call Me By Your Name 2. We need a sequel. Now, Call Me By Your Name, this is so embarrassing. That movie, I'm getting misty thinking about it. Call Me By Your Name changed my life. Now here, I'm gonna read you something that I found on the internet, on the interwebs, as the kids say. Call Me By Your Name director Luca, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I'm not even gonna try on account of my dyslexicness, but we're gonna call him Luca G, says a sequel could still include Armie Hammer, or Amy Hammer, who is being canceled by the time being because apparently he likes to drink women's blood and seduce them and some crazy shit like that. But his character could still, like, he could still be in, you know, the sequel. And Luca was like, yeah, of course, like I want him to still be in, you know, the film. That Call Me By Your Name changed. Oh my gosh, that is one of my favorite movies of all time. And the reason why I get so emotional about it is because their relationship reminds me of something that I experienced on my own. And that feeling of when you, oh my goodness gracious, here I am. This is the last episode and I'm crying about a damn movie. I've never cried once on the show, I don't think. Oh my goodness. Well, hey, better late than never. Call Me By Your Name changed my life in a lot of different ways. I mean, it was more of like, it made an impact. I mean, I guess that is the same thing as changing your life to a certain degree. But I remember, to make a long story short, I'll never forget, I went on a date, I guess. It wasn't a date. It was this really, really nice kid. And he took me to go to see it in Millerton because he already saw it and he was like, you're gonna fucking love it. I'm like, yeah, all right. Because I usually like to go to the movies by myself. Because I remember the first movie I went to go see by myself was World War Z, and that was with Brad Pitt. Love you, Brad Pitt. And I really got into that, so I started, as a tradition to myself, just going to the movies by myself. I love that. I think it's important to, you know, spend some quality time with yourself, like, and take yourself out to the movies, or, you know, treat yourself. So I was hesitant because I was just like, damn, well, fine, I'll see with you. And he's like, you know, I want to hear what your thought is, because, you know, the kid that I was with, he was an artist. So we go see it. Yo, I soaked my wool scarf, soaked it with my tears, because I was crying because it brought me back to this memory. Thank God it was a great memory. I soaked my scarf because I was in tears. I was so moved. I love the colors. I love the story. Like, it just, comment below if you know a movie. Oh my goodness, I'm ruining my makeup probably. Comment below a movie of yours that brings you to tears the second you think about it, that has been such an impactful film in your life. Call Me By Your Name is one of my favorite films of all fucking time. Like, I don't know why. It's just, It gets me every time, and I love, love, love that film. And I pray to Jesus that they make a second one, because I need a completion. I need the yin and the yang. I need it to be an A and B, a single situation. You know what I mean? So all in all, I want Mr. Hammer back in the film. Clean your act up, get yourself situated, and come do this damn movie, because I need to know how this movie ends, because there's just more to unpack, and I really need this. Listen, if I was a gajillionaire, I would produce the film. I sure would. Here's a check, get it done. I need it done. All of that. I would absolutely pay hard-earned money to fucking see that movie remade, or having a sequel, because we need the sequel. All right, enough of me fangirling. Moving on to the next topic. So Jeff Bezos, honey, if you're living under a rock and you don't know who Jeff Bezos is, I envy you. Jeff Bezos, he is the bajillionaire, gazillionaire, trillionaire man who has made Amazon, which is where I got this wig from, plant, backdrop, chair. Literally everything I have almost is from Amazon. So apparently, as I'm reading, Jeff Bezos pledges to donate majority of his $124 billion to fight climate change and unify humanity. Thank the Lord heavens. I don't know how. This is what's being told out in the universe. Finally. Now listen, I'm not the type of person to be counting anybody's dollar bills. I just don't, because I don't count my money. Do not count my money. But when you have that much, when you have a certain amount of money that can literally change the world, for the better, and it will be proven to do that, and you'll still be making money, consistent money, like your children's children will be fine, or your grandchildren. You can spare a couple of billions to make sure everything is good, because how you gonna be a billionaire and enjoy your money if climate change is becoming bad? We all messed up in this joint then. You know what I mean? So I think that finally, Jeff, thank you, Jeff, for putting your money into something useful, into, hopefully getting this, getting the climate and everything right, allegedly. Because we don't know. I'll believe it when I see it. I'm one of those types of people. I will believe you when I see it. So overall, Jeff, thank you for having some common sense. And let me know what your thoughts are in the comments about this. Now, if you're in his position, no, I'm not even gonna, because you better fucking give out your money. I'm not even gonna give you that ultimatum. So overall, Jeff, kudos to you. Glad you're doing the right thing. And yeah, you'll make more money. You'll be fine. So you're familiar with Millie Bobby Brown, the super talented actress who is in Stranger Things. Now, I haven't finished Stranger Things yet. I know. I hear you. Why haven't you finished? The series is so great. Listen, I'm not questioning the series that it's, bad or anything, but it's just going all over the place. So I'm just trying to get myself situated and all of that. The last I haven't even finished season 2 yet. I'm barely starting season 3, but I'll get to it when I get to it. For me, I'm not the one who likes to be in the trends, to a certain degree. I like to have I'll get to it when I get to it. I got things to do. I'm doing Tea with V, all right? Who's got time to be watching, that show when I'm doing Tea with V? Sidebar though, what I have been watching, even though this is totally random, I've been watching gameplay again. Yes. I've been watching the new Call of Duty, the A Plague's Tale 2, and what else? I think those are the only 2 video games that I've been watching for the time being. But yeah, love it, here for it. Yeah, I love gameplay. Oh yes, I'm about the gameplay life. Don't even get me started on The Last of Us. Don't even get me started. They're already making a TV show about it. I live for it and I'm nervous as hell. The video game is a classic. I hope the TV show does it justice. Unpinned, back to the story. So Millie Bobby Brown, who is in Stranger Things, recently was in a Vanity Fair interview, the lie detector test interview. You know how they do it on, they strap them up and they have to answer honestly to, see if they lie or not. So she said, Millie Bobby Brown calls Finn Wolf, her co-star, a lousy kisser during a Vanity Fair lie detector test. Now, can you imagine being called out by your co-star saying that you're a lousy kisser? Now, granted, these kids are like kids. What you know about a good kisser, Millie? Huh? Who are you kissing? How old are you? Who are you kissing? Shoo, talking about a lousy kisser. You shouldn't even know what a good kisser is. To each his own. But wouldn't you feel embarrassed? I would be mortified. And I would step, because I think there's going to be another season of Stranger Things, or maybe this was the last season. I'm not sure, but you best believe he's going to step his kissing game up. Maybe also too, this is good for him. This is probably good for him. Sometimes you need to learn, how bad you are. And this is a good reality check, but who knows? This could either break the poor kid and make him feel insecure and never want to kiss anybody ever again, or really start practicing on a mannequin or his own hand. And the next time when they're back in action, they're like, oh, okay, all right, I'm going to show you how I kiss. You know what I mean? So overall, Millie, it's better to be honest than lie on a lie detector test, So I think it would have probably been way badder if she lied and let the lie detector, catch her in the lie versus just being honest and telling him that. And what's at the end of the day, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So that's all my thoughts are on that. All right, we're moving on in our next segment, which I like to call Sipping on Some TikTok Tea. So let's get to it. All right, so our first TikTok is by a mother named at Sarah Duffy, and she pretty much talks about what it's truly like to be a mother unexpectedly, and really understanding understanding about being a mother and having children. Roll the clip.
This trend of childless by choice women who are ranting about how great their life is without children and how.
Listen, I have 3 kids of my own. First one was an accident. Second one was an accident. Third one was an accident. I love my children. I can't explain it, how I would literally die for them in a heartbeat. I didn't think I would ever love something so much. And I didn't even think I wanted to be a mom. And literally, I cannot imagine my life without them. But if you don't have kids, don't do it. Don't do it. I just got a notification on my phone that my bank account was overdrafted. So that's why.
Now, the way she goes about this is very important. Number one, I appreciate her honesty and her vulnerability. I really do, because kids are a blessing, but they're no fucking joke. All right, they're not no handbag. They're not an accessory. They're the real deal, all right? And you're signing yourself up for something that is going to be for the rest of your life. 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 You hear me? So I understand where she's coming from. Now, granted, you have an accident once, shame on me. You have an accident 2, shame on you. You have an accident the 3rd time, what are you doing? No shade, but I'm just saying. So overall, I personally, it depends on where I'm at in my life. Who's to say? Right now, obviously, I'm not having children in my 20s. Damn near probably in my early 30s. I'm only 25. I'm not, no. I can't even imagine. I gotta still learn how to take care of myself before I bring another human being. See what I'm saying? And from my generation, well, now we're starting to understand the value of, our bodies and children and whatnot. And like it's hard to even afford to have children, and they want us to have sex so damn bad so we can start repopulating. We'll lower the prices down. But probably like in my high school years, I noticed a lot. And no shame, no judgment, do you. Everything, it is what it is. Again, kids are a blessing. But like, people were having children left and right, like they were an accessory or a handbag or whatnot. Oh, they really wanted to be a mom. Now listen, if you really want to be a mom, do you. If you really feel that in your spirit and that's your calling to be a stay-at-home mom, no shame here. But my problem is when I see people my age who are in a relationship and they try to keep a man by having a child, you know, and using the child as ultimatum. It just gets messy and crazy and out of hand. And and then getting married on top of that, when it's a legal contract between another person. See, this is why I watch Paternity Court way too damn much, to give me a reality check. Now granted, my circumstances are different. Okay, I'm a gay man, all right? Even though it's not coming across it, I am a proud black gay man. For real, shoot. Overall, I think that she's right. You know, don't have kids unless you're not ready to be about that life. And if you choose to be about that life, kudos to you. But if not, ooh, it's just reminding me every single day that I'm like, ooh, I'm grateful that I'm, you know, and I'm also selfish too. Very selfish at my age, at 25, which I should be. Very selfish. If you catch my drift, not selfish, but you know what I mean. Like, I can't. If a crying baby gets under my skin, I am not ready to have children. I mean, even in general. But you know what I mean. But let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree. Let me know. All right, so we're moving on in our next segment, which I love to call Ask V. Now, Ask V is where you submit your questions, your concerns, and all of that good stuff, and I like to give you a response lovingly and thoughtfully and caring and all of that. So our Ask V is this. Hello V, my name is Veronica and I live in downtown Maryland. Hi Veronica. And my question for you is, what is one thing that you've learned this season versus previous seasons of Tea with V? Oh my goodness. Wow, what have I learned from, well, this is the first pre-recorded Tea with V. So it's almost like a re-release in a different format if I think about it, but since I wanted to still keep that tradition, the first 4 seasons of Tea with V were live streamed. So I didn't have any graphics, I didn't have the sound effects, I didn't have the background music. So I had to really like be my raw natural self, versus here I can cut out my uhs and my ums, or if I'm stuck on an idea, or if I'm not properly getting my words right, I can always cut, retake, and all of that. And but at least I know that I'm able to do live stuff. But this is a really nice, easier way for me to really get my point across and still be in a punctual manner, because I don't want to be no more than 30 minutes. You know what I mean? So overall, I would say that the pre-recorded experience has been very monumental in so many ways, especially honing my editing skills, because I edit everything. I produce it all by myself. I find the segments, I get the outfits, I get, you know, all of this I did on my own, except the intro. I had the idea of what I wanted to do when it came to having a proper intro for Tea with V, which is why, since this is the last episode, I wanted to, you know, be in the flesh of what you saw in the intro. But to make a long story short, there, Frenchie, he filmed and kind of co-directed, because he had an eye, because child, if there was 2 of me, I would have have visuals left and right, because, you know, I see things in a certain way. But him and I really collaborated, and I'm so grateful for him, because he really showed up in that capacity, and we were kind of hesitant to see how we were going to work together. But once we found our niche and groove, and once I saw what I was able to edit and everything, we were good to go. And that whole place was filmed literally in town in Millerton. And I knew I wanted this dress, and I wanted to rock my bag and my little purse, and I wanted to be very fun and 1950s and vintage and Parisian and chic, because when I saw Tea with V this season, I knew I saw gold, and I saw royal, I saw jewel tones, I saw, you know, all these different things. So I would say this is what makes it different than the previous ones. Plus, we're filming horizontal, not vertical. And also too, it's been, you know, filming shows once a week versus Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday has been a very huge stress relief. I probably wouldn't be able to do this Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday consistently, because the editing portion takes so much time, and it's very tedious, and I want to get everything right, and I'm very detail oriented, so the editing part is hard. It is so hard, but it's very it's challenging, and I know that I'm able to get what I need to get done. And I edit everything on the phone, so I'm not one of those editors on the computers using the MacBook Pros. And I mean, I do have a Mac, but you know, Final Cut Pro. I just use a app that I call Video Leap. So I use that to edit and all of that. Maybe I'll do an editing video separately, but yeah, that's how I pretty much do it. Thank you so much, Veronica, for sending me your Ask V. I really love and appreciate it. Thank you. So our next segment is my favorite, which is Macha movie reviews. So Macha movies is where I do a review of a film that I recently saw, and I rate, you know, the film on how many matcha teas, pretty much. So like 5, you know, like 5 stars, 5 matcha teas. So a film that I recently went to go see was this amazing film called The Menu, and it is what it is. I would say it is. You think that what you're gonna get is something that you thought you were gonna get, but it's completely different. If that made any sense, on account of my dyslexia. But what I can say is that it is a thriller comedy, tense, suspenseful, drama, action, really great characters. The acting was top-notch, pristine. The visuals of the film were really great. It's very different, outside of the box, in a different setting, which is in a kitchen, and it's really good. It's really good. So I'm definitely gonna go see it again, because I feel like I'll learn things more when I watch it a second time. But I went to go see it with Armand. Shout out to Armand. Hello. I know I already hear you. I thought you liked going to the movies by yourself. We hadn't seen each other in a moment. We were catching up. But no, that movie was really good. So I would definitely check out The Menu. It is, you won't be disappointed, I promise you, because it's the perfect amount of tension, drama, comedy. Like I had a few chuckles. Oh yes, I had a few chuckles during this whole experience. Yes, it's really good. And then I also was very suspenseful. Like it is really well done. It's like, and then the music kind of gives me like a Hereditary vibe. If you saw Hereditary is fucked up. It's a good film though, if you really like scary suspense. But overall, I give this movie 5 matcha teas, because this was really good. So make sure to go check out and see it, and bring a loved one or go by yourself, because this is the movie you want to see. But on that lovely note, I'm going to close out today's episode with the quote of the week. The most important thing is to enjoy your life, to be happy. It's all that matters. And I don't know who this was by, but what I do know is that I am immensely grateful to be able to do this show and to stick with it, especially through really up and downs, high lows in betweens, and learning how to not, you know, spread myself way too thin. I'm starting to get back into music, which is why, you know, I have to depart from Tea with V for the time being. I will obviously be posting more on this YouTube channel. I'm not going anywhere. My talk show side is coming to an end, but stay tuned. You know, I just released a brand new single, Beat Goes On and On. And yeah, I just want to thank, you know, to Brooke and Greg for, again, blessing me with this space. I would like to thank Frenchie for helping me co-produce, you know, the intro. I want to thank the Vomizers for tuning in. I want to thank the TikTok folks. I want to thank my Facebook fam. I want to thank the Little Monsters, everybody who supported this season. I'm so immensely grateful. Shout out to More and More for printing out the posters. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, shout out to More and More. Thank you, More and More, for printing out those pictures. I'm really, 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 really thankful. Those really skyrocketed my views because I posted all the posters around town for people to scan to come and tune in for the show. So I guess my last final words are, you know, don't be afraid to just jump right into something that you believe in, and you know and also know that your intention is pure for making the public smile and wanting them to escape and wanting to have conversations and about pop culture and life. And I wouldn't have the confidence to step into my talk show side if it wasn't for Wendy Williams, Oprah, The Real, The View, The Talk, like all of my favorite talk shows. I would not have the confidence to do this if I didn't really study you and add my own little swagger to it and really make it into my own. So I love y'all so much. If you like what you see and you want to become a Vamizer, head over to my website, vamilamusic.com. Anything and everything about me is on there except my birth certificate or social security. Make sure to like, comment, and share this video. I'm going to have a playlist of the whole series, the whole season, so you'll be able to watch it over and over again. Please be safe, sanctified, and sanitary under these self-reflecting times. And I will see you on the next season of Tea with V. And I promise that the next season will be longer. But until then, I'm out. I'm peacing out for the time being, but I love you. Mwah. Thank you. And just keep being y'all. All right? Be well on your journey. Bye.
Feeling free, I'm feeling young. I know we're having fun, soaking all up all the sun. Been in town about a month. Don't think I'm ready to leave this